Alright, we are back with Phantasy Star 1 on the PlayStation 2. We are in the city of Avion. There at the bottom right, the Avion no Muda. And we have to get to the Mad Doctor in his house right here, across the moat. And we've been given a key to get through the sewer. Just make sure we're healed up. And across the moat. So we'll go through here. Alright, we got a new enemy here. Batman. The Batman. Which I think actually we've had before. Got rid of the trap. 15,000. That's nice. Lutz is level 29. Alright. Cryon. Yeah, we never figured out what these are. Kudayon. I think it's just the name of the creature. I think it's just a made up name. the Mad Doctor. And he looks like he's some kind of robot. And he says, "Hole. Kono yakata ni, in this mansion, or to this mansion, haite kuru to wa, to come entering. Ii dokyo da, that's good courage. Mi no hodo shirazu, not knowing one's place. To ita ho ga ii kana, perhaps it's better to say." So he says, to come entering this mansion, that's good courage, or perhaps it's better to say not knowing your place. And meow. Says, sore wa, that is, omae no hou da, it's your side. Ima ni, soon, omoi shirasete yaru, I'll make you realize. So, that's your problem. I'll make you realize soon enough. And then he is just surprised. He says, "Ho, tonde hi ni hairu, flying into the fire. Natsu no mushi to wa, as for the summer insect. Masani, exactly, or surely. Kono koto dana, isn't this it?" So he says, "Like a summer moth flying into the fire. That's exactly what this is, isn't it?" He says, "Jako neko?" Which I'm not for sure what that is. It's a cat of some kind. I think he's talking about meow. Jako neko? Jako neko to wa. As for the Jako neko, odoroki da, it's a surprise. Do yara, it seems. Kisamara ga, you guys, in kind of a derogatory way. Sono otazune mono rashi na. It seems you are the wanted ones, huh? Konnani mo hayaku. So quickly. De aeru to wa. That we would meet. Yoso gai data ga na. It was expected, though. So he says, Jako Neko, you're a surprise. It seems you guys are the wanted ones, huh? Though it was unexpected to meet you so quickly. And Miao says, Nani? What? Otazu ne mono dato. You say we're wanted people. And Tyrone says, Itai, what in the world? Do iu koto da. What kind of thing is this, or what does it mean? And then the Mad Doctor says, Kukuku, which is like laughter. Idaro, all right, or very well. Medo no miyage ni, as a souvenir for the afterlife. Oshiete yaru, I'll tell you. So he says, Hehehe, all right, I'll tell you as a souvenir for the afterlife. He says, Dashiku-sama, Lord Lassic, no inochi ni yori, by the order or command of Kasimatachi no, your, in that same rude Kisamatachi. Itadaki ni, to receive. Kitano-sa, I came, you know. So he says, by the order of Lord Lassic, I have come to take your lives. And she just says, Dashiku no deshite? So, from Lord Lassic. And he says, Sono tori, that's right. Koshite, doing this way or in this manner. Ami o hate ireba, if I keep the net spread out. Jiki ni soon kakaru daro to wa, I thought they would probably get caught. Omotte ga, I was thinking, but he says, that's right, if I keep the net laid out like this, I thought they would probably get caught soon. But Masaka, no way. Konnani mo hayaku, so quickly. Sono toki ga kuru to wa. That time would come. Ga tsukita yodana. It seems your luck has run out, huh? So he says, no way. That time would come so quickly. It seems your luck has run out, huh? And Tyrone says, Sore wa that tatakate minai to. Unless we try fighting. Wakaranzo. I won't understand. So he says, we won't know that unless we try fighting. And then Lutz says, Angai, surprisingly, Unga tsukita no wa, it's your luck that has run out. Anata no ho kamo, it might be your side. Shiremasen yo, you never know. He says, unexpectedly, it might be your luck that runs out, you know. And the Mad Doctor says again, coo coo coo, which is like sinister laughter. Zannen daga, it's regrettable, but so wa ikanai no da, it won't go that way. Kore o miro, look at this. He says, ha ha ha, it's regrettable, but that's not how it will go. Look at this. And she says, what is that? Nankashira. Tyrone says, Nanika no, some kind of kinomi no, tree fruit. Yoni mo mieru ga. It also looks like, he says, it looks like some kind of tree fruit, but he says, ku. Tashikani, certainly. Tada no kinomi ni meeru kamoshiren. It might look like just a tree fruit. Daga, however, soko no, that. Jako neko ni wa, the jack neko, or the jako neko. Do kana. I wonder how it is. What do you think? He says it might look like just a tree fruit, but what about that jako neko over there? And Lutz says, meow. Doshita no? Meow. What is it, meow? And Meow says, Nanka, somehow. Sugoku, very. Ii kaori, a good smell. Ga surunda, there is. So he says, somehow there's a really nice smell. And Tyrone says, meow, mate, wait, iku na meow, don't go meow. The Mad Doctor says, Jakuneko. Tashikani, certainly. Itadaita zo. I have received it, you know. Nakama o ushinai, having lost your comrade. Tsugi wa do suru tsumori kana. What do you intend to do next, I wonder? Ku, ha ha ha. So he says, I have certainly received the Jakuneko. Having lost your comrade, what do you intend to do next, I wonder? He he he, ha ha ha. And Alice says, meow. Itai, what in the world, doshite, are you doing? What in the world are you doing? And then he says, kusu, meow. Which is kind of, kusu is like kind of a curse. And the Mad Doctor says, ku. Do yara, it seems, te mo ashimo de nai yo dana. It seems you can't do anything. Naraba, if that's the case, kochira kara, from here, ikasete morauzo, I will have you go, you know. So he says, it seems you can't do anything, huh? If that's the case, then I'll have you go from here, you know. And Lutz says, surprise, and then Kiruzo, come. I think this is our first boss battle. Got a new theme. And we have no meow, because she's been taken by the Mad Doctor. So we have been naming all of the enemies, but boy, we've seen this name plenty of times. Nado Dokta. So, Mad Doctor. So... see if he takes more from wind or fire. Didn't mean to attack with him. I don't think there's any point in healing the wounds or healing the poison. I think he's gonna just put it back on. Hey, alright. Laconian Poto Git. Got our Laconian pot back. She says, meow. And he says, Are, ore, doshite-tanda. So he says, what? What was I doing? Daijobu ka, meow. Are you okay, meow? He says, Tairon, minna, everyone, doshita no. What's wrong or what happened? Sonna kowai kao, such a scary face. Shichate, having done. Sa. So, Tyrone, everyone, what's wrong? Why are you making such scary faces? He says, oh boy, tenai no ka? You don't remember? He says, Oboete. Ita nani o? I don't remember just what. Sonna koto yori. More than that kind of thing. Hayaku mado doku ta o tao so yo. Let's defeat the Mad Doctor quickly. So he says, you say I don't remember. What? More than that, let's defeat the Mad Doctor quickly. The Alice says, that's good. I'm glad. Yokatta. Meow. Buji nano ne. You're safe, right? She says, that's good. You're safe, right? Meow. Okay. Oh. He says, Mole, already. Saki kara, since a little while ago. Nani itendayo? What are you saying? Mado dokuta o taoso tame ni. In order to defeat the Mad Doctor, kitandaro ya. You came, right? Sonde motte. And then, furthermore. So he says, what have you been saying since a while ago? We came to defeat the Mad Doctor. And then... And Lutz says, Doyara, it seems, omoi dashita yo desu ne. It seems you have remembered, haven't you? Ore, ore. Tyrone doshio. He says, Tyrone, what should we do? And Tyrone says, Yokatta, that's good, or I'm glad. Hitotoki wa, one at a time for a moment. Do naru koto kato, what would happen? Shinpai shitazo, I was worried, you know. Meow. So he says, that's good. For a moment I was worried about what would happen, meow. He says, gomen yo. Sorry. Ore, I. Nandaka. Somehow. Hen na kimochi. In a strange mood or feeling. Natte, having become. So he says, sorry, I somehow got into a strange mood. That says, Osoraku wa, probably, ano kinomi ni wa, in that tree fruit. Nanika, something, gen-in ga aru, there is, desyo, probably, some cause. So Lutz says, probably in that tree fruit there is probably some cause. And Tyrone says, Sore ga, well then, Mado Doctor no Kenkyu Data no Kamoshiren. So the Mad Doctor research, it might have been. So he says, that might have been the Mad Doctor's research. And Alice says, demo, but hontoni, truly, yokata wa, I'm really glad. Hontoni, truly. She says, but I'm really glad, you know, truly. And Meow says, he he he. Okay, so we got the Laconia pot. We've got the city freed from the Mad Doctor's clutches. I think we can just fly back to the save point. So it's Abion Nomura. Nice. Skip the cave. Let's heal everybody up because we got pretty beat up. And let's check the shops. What you got, bro? We have Magic Stachi? Sutechi? Stick? Magic Stick? Kuremoa? Claymore? Chainmail. Okay. See if any of these are upgrades. Magic Stick. Lutz. We'll make him do more damage and have more magic power. I think that's probably worth it. The slicer does kind of suck. We'll equip it. We'll keep the slicer though. It's a big single target upgrade for Tyro on the Claymore. I think we keep the multi-target. Chainmail for Alice. Sure. Okay. Oh, polymetaller. Definitely need that. Okay, sweet. So we got the polymetaller. And that should be in our key items. Yep, polymetaller. Nice. Now let's have her teleport us to... I think that's the one. This one was moving. Alright. So this says Tsuntoshita, a sharp or pungent smell. Nioi ga shite, there was a smell. Skurapu ga, the scrap. Tokedashita, started to melt. So there was a sharp smell and the scrap started to melt. And then Skurapu no Nakakara, from inside the scrap, Nanika ga arawareta, something appeared. Something appeared from inside the scrap. Hey, Roboto, robot. And the robot says, Boku wa, I am XR45 Hopsby. That's what we're looking for. Space Shippu no Soju o Suru Tame ni. In order to pilot a spaceship, Tsukurareta was created. Roboto. So he says, I am XR45 Hopsby, a robot created in order to pilot a spaceship. Mada Mada, still. Taikyu Nensu ga, the durability. No Koteiru no ni, even though it's remaining. Konna tokoro ni suteru nante. To throw away in a place like this. Hidoi na. How awful. So he says, even though its durability lifespan is still remaining, to throw it away in a place like this, how awful. And Alice says, which is like soft laughter. Taihen na me ni atta wa ne. You went through a terrible experience, didn't you? Kore kara yoroshiku ne. Nice to meet you from here. Hapsby. So she says, ha ha ha, you went through a terrible experience, didn't you? Nice to meet you from now on, Hapsby. And then he says, Ryokai, understood. Okay, Hapsby, oh, get. Alright, let's have Alice warp us to Kashiku, I think is the one. The guy. Yeah, here we go. And he says, oh, Hapsby. Buji Jataka, you were safe, weren't you? Kono monotachi, these people. Rubeno go ni noste yatte okure. Please put them on the Rubeno. Washi no inochi o sukute kureta monotachi nanja yo. They are the ones who saved my life. So he says, oh, Hapsby, you were safe, weren't you? Please put these people on the Rubeno. They are the ones who saved my life, you know. Uh, so Meow says, Sorede, and then Sono Rubeno gote. Doko ni aru no sa. Where is it, you know? That Rubeno, where is it, you know? He says, Gashiko no Morija. It's Gashiko Forest. He says, Gosho Daiji ni, carefully and respectfully, Mori no naka ni taihaku sasete aru njayo. I have it moored in the forest. Doko e demo suki na tokoro e tonde iku ga yoi. You can fly anywhere you like. Okay. So we can take the ship anywhere we want. And there it is. The Rubeno. So Hapsby says, Sateto, well then, doko ni, where to, ikitai no, do you want to go? Well then, where do you want to go? And we can go to Gashiku Uzo and Sukure. Where do we need to go? It says there's good armor here. Oh, this is the next planet too. This is the Alright, so we got Dezoris Hoshi. No. The planet of Dezoris. Sukure no Machie. To the town of Sukure. Shupatsu suru yo. I will depart. Sore de inda yo ne. That's okay, right? So he says, understood. I will depart for the town of Skure on planet Dezoris. Is that okay? Hi. Here we go. Look at that. Warp drive, baby. Dezoris Hoshi. Here we go. Skure Nomura. Alright. There's a mob. Budu Tasku. Marble Tusk. Gatoringu. What if that's an upgrade to hit all enemies? Let's see. Oh yeah, that hits everybody. Alright. That we want. We can sell the laser gun. Yep. Really nice armor upgrade for Tyrone. Diamond armor. It's a good upgrade for Meow. But we don't have enough money. Oh, that's a good attack upgrade. Let's see if we have anything to sell. See how tough the enemies outside here are. We're gonna have to go all the way through that tunnel. Looks like it. Shoot. Those are really good upgrades. Meow really needs them. He sucks. These are Desorian. Okay, so we have Dafreri. Attack. Woof. Ooh. Holy man. 9,500 XP. Okay. Well, they all leveled up from that. Alright, we are definitely under leveled though. So I guess we'll just have to come back later. Okay, let's go to Uzo Nomura. Otavia. Otavia Hoshi. Alright, let's talk to all the townsfolk. See what's going on here in Uzo. So her name is Sophia. Konomura Kara. From this village. Nansei-ni to the southwest. Kasuba no Muraga. The village of Kasba. Aru no yo. There is. Doragon. Wizu. To iu. Called the Dragon Wiz. Seryuga. A blue dragon. Sumi desute. Apparently it lives there. Kowaiwane. It's scary, isn't it? She says, the village of Casbah is to the southwest of this village, you know. Apparently a blue dragon called Dragon Wiz lives there. It's scary, isn't it? Seiryu Dragon Wiz wa. The blue dragon, Dragon Wiz. Mura no Chikado in the village's underground passage. Sundeite, living Kabankuru Aito Yu, the carbuncle eye. Hoseki o, a jewel. Motteiru rashi no, it seems it has. Totemo, very. Kirei na, beautiful. Hoseki da soyo, I hear it's a jewel, you know. So she says, the blue dragon, Dragon Wiz, apparently lives in the village's underground passage and has a jewel called Carbuncle Eye. I hear it's a very beautiful jewel, you know. So we get that very familiar kanji from our Dragon Quest. And actually, Final Fantasy had that too. They both had a Ryu O, Dragon King. In the Dragon Quest, that was the big bad, the Ryu O, Dragon King. And then in Final Fantasy, he was very helpful. The Ryu O was Bahamutto, the Dragon King, who improved our classes from Thief to Ninja, Warrior to Knighto, and Black and White Mage to Black and White Wizard. And here we have the Seiryu Blue Dragon, and his name is Dragon Wiz, which presumably is just short for Dragon Wizard. Blue Dragon, Dragon Wizard. Alright. Her name is Suiete. She says, Kokowa, here is Shizuka de ii tokoro nande kedo. It's a quiet and nice place, but Mura no soto wa sayaku. Outside the village is the worst. Ari jigoku ga takusan aru desu mono. There are many ant lions, you see. That's right. So she says, this is the village of Uzo. You know, it's a quiet and nice place, but outside the village is the worst. There are many ant lions, you see. She says, Nando Masuta ga Landmaster, if areba, if there is, ii no ni na, would be good. Date, because Ari Jigoku demo, even in antlion pits, Heiki de Hashiru, to run without concern or to run casually. Koto ga dekiru no yo, you can do that, you know. Demo, however, totemo koka dakara, because it's very expensive. Watashi ni wa, as for me, kai nai wa, I can't buy it. She says, if only there were a landmaster, because you can even run casually through antlion pits, but because it's very expensive, I can't buy it. Alright, so we have to get a landmaster. Let's see what these shops got. There's a familiar one from Panzer Dragoon. Edgy. Edge. Okay. It's worse for Alice. This Buranzukuno. Save up for the one on the other planet. It's a small upgrade. Shiruku Mantle? Silk Mantle? Oh yeah. We want that. Holy crow. 34 more defense for our squishy boy. Yes. And our last one here is a Ceramic shield. Ceramic shield. Which is a small upgrade for Alice that we don't have the money for. Paralysis. Trimate. No. Okay. So his name is Edgar Taku. Really, Saikin no recently. Wakai mon to kitara. When it comes to young folks. Butsu, mumbling. Koshinuke domo bakari ja. It's nothing but fools. Butsu. Honestly, when it comes to young folks, mumble, nothing but cowards, mumble. Old man yells at clouds. Seiryu. Dragon Whiz. Oh. The Blue Dragon, Dragon Whiz. Yeah. No. Dameja. It's no good. Washi no musume ni. My daughter. Chikazuite wa ikan. You must not approach. Taku. Honestly. Saikin no wakaimon wa. Young folks these days. Degi chumon I oshiran. They don't know what manners are. He says, no good. You must approach my daughter. Must not approach my daughter. Honestly, young folks these days don't know what manners are. Okay, bud. His name is Seodoa. Seodoa? Seodoa Theodore. He says, Edoga ni ki ni irareru kotsu? The trick to getting Edgar to like you? One no aru wakamono ga konomi no yo da yo. It seems he likes youngsters with backbone. Seiryu taji demo dekira in daro kedo ne. I guess being able to defeat a blue dragon would be good too, though. Demo. Alright, so he says the trick to getting Edgar to like you seems to be he likes youngsters with backbone. I guess being able to defeat a blue dragon would be good too, though. That's the end of his dialogue. His name is Simon. Simon. So he says, Suzu Furuto. The Suzu flute. Shiteiru kai. Do you know? Dungeon. Yeah, and Dokutsu cave. Nanka things. De in Michi road ni Mayo to get lost. Mayota got lost. Toki time ni Choho suru to find useful. Demo Nakushite lost. Shimatanda yo. Lost it, you know. Zannen na koto ni. Unfortunately. So he says, do you know the Suzu flute? It's really useful when you get lost on the road in dungeons or caves, for example, but you know, I've lost it, unfortunately. He says, Doko de, where? Nakushita no kate. You lost, you say? So he says, where did I lose it? Gashiko Nomura-sa. Gashiko City, or town. Gashiko Village. Ishoken me sagashita n da kedo. I searched with all my might. Mitsukerare na kata yo. I couldn't find it. Kimitachi ni ageru yo. I'll give it to you guys. Sore ni shitemo, even so. Kuyashi na. I'm so frustrated. So he said, in Gashiko Village, I searched with all my might, but I couldn't find it. If I manage to find it, I'll give it to you guys. Even so, I'm frustrated. And that's the end of his dialogue. Her name is B. Oh, this is actually the first time I've ever seen these. This is a V sound is usually approximated with a B sound because it's not natively in Japanese, but some of the newer kana use this quotation marked U to approximate a V. So instead of Bibian, they actually have it written here with the newest kana that isn't always used, called with the Vivian. Vivian. So, Vivi. That's my very first time seeing that. I've only heard of it before. That's very cool. So, Vivian. Vivian. And she says, Watashi to, I and Oji-sama, my grandfather, Shion no Minatomachi kara, from the port town of Shion, Kitano came, Dakara, therefore, Kono hoshi no koto wa, about this planet, Amarioku shiranai wa, I don't know it very well. So she says, my father and I came from the port town of Shion, therefore I don't know much about this planet. Watashi no Oji-sama, my grandfather. Edgar yo, it's Edgar. Koko no Sonsho, oh, the village chief here. Shiteiru no is doing. So it's my grandfather, it's Edgar, he's the village chief here. Alright. So it sounds like we need to slay the dragon to impress Edgar. And in order to slay the dragon, we need to get a land rover. Let's see. Let's go back to Gashiku. That's all trash. All right. Seems like we just need to go to that spot with the dragon. Gosh, Kinomura. And take this. Go to Uzo Nomura. They said it's to the southwest. Alright, let's see if we have any new enemies here. Motavian Sofu, we never figured out what that was. Sofu. Motabian Ibiru, we had that too. Rajiago. Had that too. Okay. Right. Well, we shred everything here, so that's good. Yeah, Casbah Underground Passage, okay. So let's check this out. Now, what is that guy? Cyborg Mage. Cyborg Mage. And a Weetle. What? Weetle? Maybe a white? Weetle. A Cyborg Mage. Cyborg Mage is... that is awesome. Daku Mauda. Maroda. Marauder. Okay, Dark Marauder. Trimate. Okay. 3k XP. Oh. This is quite the passage. I feel like I'm in some kind of lost woods. Repeating the same thing. Oh, alright. Kasba no Mura. The town of Kasba. Protect shield for Tyrone. Right, and this guy has a Dan de Masta, a land master. So that's what we came here for. The Landmaster, and we have to defeat that dragon. So dragon should be in the cave. Okay. Yeah, he wants us to fight the dragon. Okay, he doesn't show up until we go to Casbah and talk to people, so let's magic our way out of here. Okay. Heal up. Save up. Okay. So her name is Natalia, and she says, Kokowa, here is Kasba to Iu Mura desu, a village called Kasba. Kono mura no chikado ni wa, in the underground passage of this village, Dragon Wizu Toyobareru. A blue dragon called Dragon Wiz. Seiryuga, that's the blue dragon. Sumitsuite Iruno, his dwelling. She says here is a village called Kasba. In the underground passage of this village, a blue dragon called Dragon Wiz is dwelling. She says, Dragon Wiz, Carbuncle I to Iu, called Carbuncle I, Hoseki o, a jewel, Moteiru desite. Apparently it has. Dragon Wiz apparently has a jewel called the Carbuncle Eye. Ah, dameyo. Ah, it's no good. Sore o toro nante. That I don't even want to think about. Omo wa nai de. Not think. Kairi buchi ni. To be counterattacked. Ao. To meet. Dake nan dakara. It's just that you'll meet with it, so. She says, ah, no way. Don't even think about that. You'll just be counterattacked, so. His name is Pascal. And he says, Iara no Kutsu, the cave of Iara. Padma Hoshi no, on the planet Palma, Iara Hanto ni aru. On the Iara Peninsula located. Dokutsu Daro, it's that cave, right? Tetsu no Tsumega, iron claws. Anshi sarete iru ashina. I hear they are enshrined there. So he says the cave of Iara, that's on the Iara Peninsula of planet Palma, right? I hear iron claws are enshrined there. Iara to iu no wa. Iara, you see, ano hanto ni dake. Only on that peninsula. Seisoku shite ita, used to inhabit. Torade, a tiger. Suhyaku nen mae ni, hundreds of years ago. Zetsumetsu Shitao. I hear it went extinct. Tsutai rarete irunda. It is said, or I hear. He says, Iara, you see, is said to be a tiger that used to inhabit only that peninsula and went extinct hundreds of years ago. Korai no Hitobito ga, people of ancient times. Tora ni Tsubasa o, wings to a tiger. To iu, called. Negai o komete, with a wish in mind. Sono zetsu metsu shu no, of that extinct species. Tora no tsume o, the tiger's claws. Go shintai to shite, as a sacred object. Anchi shita soda, I hear they enshrined them. Sorewa, that, tetsu no yo, like iron. Jobu na koto kara, because they are strong. Ayan kuro to, as iron claw. Yobarete iru soda, I hear they are called. So he says, people of ancient times, wishing to give wings to a tiger, enshrined the claws of that extinct species of tiger as a sacred object because they are strong as iron. I hear they are called Iron Claw. Sono go shintai wa, that sacred object. Shin no kenja ga, a true sage. Arawareru no mate, waiting to appear. Ima demo, even now. Dokutsu ni anchi sarete iru to iu koto ga. The fact that it is enshrined in the cave, I hear. Dare ga te ni ideru te iun daro na? I wonder who will get their hands on it. Te iu. So, that sacred object waiting for a true sage to appear, the fact that it is still enshrined in the cave, I hear. I wonder who will get their hands on it. Ware koso. I am the one. To omota nara, if you thought so. Uzu no Murano, the village of Uzu. Soncho no Musumeo, the village chief's daughter. Tazunete miro, try visiting. Vivian to iu musume-sa, the girl is called Vivian. Bai no ni yocha, depending on the situation. Chansu ga aru kamo ne, there might be a chance. So he says, I am the one. If you thought so, try visiting the chief's daughter in the village of Uzu, a girl called Vivian. Depending on the situation, there might be a chance. Yara no dokutsu no koto nara, if it's about the cave of Iara. Uzu no Murano, of the village of Uzu. Vivian Daze. It's Vivian. Wasuren no Nayo. Don't forget. He says if it's about the cave of Yara, it's Vivian from the village of Uzu. Don't forget. That's all his dialogue. Alright. So the claws of an extinct species of tiger will give them wings. Something to keep in mind for the future. His name is Narufu, probably Ralph. Dorasugo no Machi o. The town of Dorasugo. Shiteiru kai. Do you know? Padama Hoshi ni. On the planet Palma. Yara no Dokutsute yu no ka. Something called the Cave of Iara. Arudashi ga. Apparently there is, but Soko kara minami ni ichisuru. Located south of there. Koto ni aru ndatte yo. I hear it's on a solitary island. He says, do you know the town of Draskau? Apparently there's something called the Cave of Iara on planet Palma, but I hear it's a solitary island located south of there. Dagayo, but you know. Soko wa koto ga, that's a solitary island. Umi no ue o aruite ikeru wake ya neshi. It's not like you can walk on the sea to get there. Oyoide iku ni wa tosugiru shi. And swimming there is too far. Do shita mo kane. What should we do, I wonder? So he says, but you know that's a solitary island. It's not like you can walk on the sea to get there, and swimming there is too far. I wonder what we should do. Okay, let's check the houses. His name is Roger. Sophia. Sophia no Mura o. The village of Sophia. Shiteiru kai. Do you know? Dokugasu no Kirini. In the fog of poisonous gas. Tsutsumareta Murasa. It's a large village. It's a village enveloped. Asoko ni iku ni wa. To get there. Gasu masuku ga. A gas mask. Hitsuyo daze. Is necessary. So he says, do you know the village of Sophia? It's a village enveloped in the fog of poisonous gas. To go there, a gas mask is necessary. And then he says, gas mask. Parima hoshi no doko ka ni somewhere on the planet Palma. Koto ga atte, there is a solitary island. Sonoshima ni aru, located on that island. Dorasugo no Machide, the town of Draskau. Te ni hairu rashi na, I hear you can get one. So he says, a gas mask? I hear there's a solitary island somewhere on the planet Palma, and you can get one in the town of Draskau on that island. This guy's name is Quattro, so he's got to be the fourth brother of Uno, Dos, and Tres. Uno, Dos, Tres, Cuatro. Alright. He says, huh? Seryu date, a blue dragon, you say. Kono mura no chikado ni iru, the one who is in the underground passage of this village. Doragon wiz no kotokai. Are you talking about the dragon wiz? Yame toita ho ga mi no tame daze. You better stop, it's for your own good. So he says, a blue dragon, you say? Are you talking about Dragon Wiz, who's in the underground passage of this village? You better stop, it's for your own good. Well, that's all he has to say. This guy's name is Timothy. He says, Fromuba. To you is called Norimono ao, a vehicle. Shite iru kai, do you know? Do you know a vehicle called Fudomuba? Flow mover? Flow mover? Nope. He says, Arewa benri dayo. That's convenient. Mizu no ue o. On the water. Sui sui hashireru kara ne. Because it can run so smoothly. Honto ni. Truly. Sugoi benri dayo. It's incredibly convenient. So he says, that's convenient because it can run smoothly on the water, you know. It's incredibly convenient. Padma Hoshi no. Okay, so the planet of Palma, Shion to Iu, Minamo to Machide, in the port town called Shion. Katanda yo, I bought it, you know. Koto ni aru, located on a solitary island, Dorasgo no machi e, the town of Drasco. Iku tsumore de sa, I was planning to go and, he said, I bought it in the port town called Shion on planet Palma, you know. I was planning to go to the town of Drasco on a solitary island, and Tochu de koware chatte sa. It broke down on the way, and sutete shimata nda kedo. I ended up throwing it away, but motai nai koto shita kana. I wonder if I did something wasteful. He said it broke down on the way, and I ended up throwing it away, but I wonder if I did something wasteful. I knew it. It's in Baltebo. Alright. So he says, huh? Doko ni sute chatta no kate? You're asking where I threw it away? Soria, well, that's Baltebo no murasa, the village of Baltebo. Skurapu o suteru no wa, throwing away scrap metal. Asoko shika nai karana, because that's the only place. So he says, you're asking me where I threw it away? Well, the village of Baltebo, because that's the only place to throw away scrap metal, you know? Says, now Seria, if you can fix it, Mada tsukaeru kamoshire ne na, it might still be usable, I guess. Ma nao sebra no hanashi da kedo na. That's the story, though. So he says, if you can fix it, it might still be usable, I guess. If you can fix it, that's the story, though. Alright. That is everybody from this village talked to. We actually got some useful information. Not just the same thing over and over. Okay. So let's see if our dragons have spawned now. Still no dragon here. I guess let's make our way down to the blue dragon, way down there. Still no dragon. Should be here. Okay, I have to go back to the other town. We have to talk to Vivian. Okay. Hey. Haru Pascaruga? Pascal? Yara no Dokutsu no Koto Kashira? Could it be about the cave of Iara? Anata tachi, you all Goshintai ga hitsuyo nano ne. You need the sacred object, don't you? Demo, however, Oji-sama ga yurushite kureru kashira. I wonder if my grandfather will allow it. So she says, could it be about the cave of Iara? You need the sacred object, don't you? But I wonder if my grandfather will allow it. Yep, okay, now let's talk to Grump. Kids these days, okay. Let's see what he has to say. Edgar. He says, Nanja to. What did you say? Wakaran no ka. Don't you understand? Washi no musume ni, to my daughter. Chikazuite wa ikan. You must not approach. Taku. Honestly. Saikin no wakaimon wa. Young folks these days. He says, what did you say? Don't you understand? You must not approach my daughter. And Meow says, Ja, well, Doshiro te iunda yo. What are you telling me to do? Edgar says, Seiryu, Blue Dragon, Dragon Whiz, Dragon Whiz. O Bishito Taoshite Miseo. Defeat it decisively and show me. So he says, defeat the blue dragon Whiz decisively and show me. Dojana. How about that? Koji Kizuita de Aro. You got intimidated, didn't you? Ho ho ho. Laughing. Saikin no wakaimon wa. Young folks these days. Reigi chumon oshiran. They don't know what manners are. She says, how about that? Did you get scared? You got intimidated, didn't you? Ho ho ho. Honestly, young folks these days don't know what manners are. Okay, and he says, Seiryu Dragon Wiz o Tao Senryo Dewa. If you are unable to defeat the Blue Dragon Wiz, Tetsu no Tsume o Doko yu no wa. Talking about the Iron Claw is Sennen Hayai wai. 1,000 years too early. Ho ho ho. So he says, if you're unable to defeat the Dragon Wiz, talking about the Iron Claw is 1,000 years too early. Ho ho ho. Alright. Now, hopefully, we've talked to everybody we need to talk to get the dragon to spawn. Okay. should be a red dragon here. Nope. There we go. And Meow is scared. He says, "Wa wa 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 de nigete." He says, "Wa wa 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 wa. Oh boy, run!" And Tyrone he says, "Koitsuga, this guy, Fujin Seiryu Dragon Wiz Ka? Is this the wind god blue dragon Wiz?" It's a mouthful. And then Alice says, "Korega Seiryu. That is a blue dragon." And Lutz says, "Kimas, come now. Ki o tsukete kudasai. Please be careful." All right. Wow. He does not take much damage. No way he takes more wind damage. No. Let's see what Lutz does with melee damage. Holy crap. Nice. Carbuncle eye or get. Got the carbuncle eye. Alright. Now let's try getting out of here. Healing up. Save. And I want to see if that red dragon is there. Or if that's just not in this version. They have his secret room. So you would think he would be. Oh, alright. Oops. Alright, and he says, Nanto? What? Seiryu Dragon Wiz O Taoshita Toda? You defeated the Dragon Wiz, you say? Oh. Saikin ni shite wa mezurashii no. For these times, it's rare. Chitto wata honne no aru renshu no you jana. You seem to be a group with some backbone, even if just a little. For these times, it's rare. You seem to be a group with some backbone, even if it's just a little. And Meow says, Nani ga chi to wada yo? What do you mean, just a little bit? Ore tachi wa, we, gashiku taiji o mezashite ndazo. We're aiming at defeating Lassic, you know. He says, what do you mean, just a little bit? We're aiming to defeat Lassic, you know. And Edgar says, Nanjato? What did you say? Yume wa nette kara miru monja. You see dreams after you sleep. And Alice says, Ie, no, watashi tachi. We all honki de tabi o tsuzeketeru desu. We are seriously continuing our journey. And Edgar says, Phew, kind of fuming. Sorede, well then. Washi ni nan no yoja. What business do you have with me? And Meow says, Go shintai to shite anchi sarete iru tetsu no tsumega. The iron claw that is enshrined as a sacred object. Hitsuyo no sa is necessary. Tanomo yo ji-chan. Please, Grandpa. So Meow says, the iron claw that is enshrined as a sacred object is necessary. Please, Grandpa. And he says, Ji-chan jato? And like, I can't believe you'd call me Ji-chan, which is like, friendly grandfather. And then he says, Nantaru, what a kono, this ku. So he's just kind of stammering. He says, Yokaru. Okay. Ano dokutsu ni hairu no ii wa. To enter that cave, kagi ga hitsuyo ja. A key is necessary. Sono kagi wa, that key, musume no Vivian ga, my daughter Vivian, moteoru, has. Uketotte iku gai, you should go and receive it. So, to enter that cave, a key is necessary. My daughter Vivian has that key. You should go and receive it. And Mao says, Arigato, Ji-chan. Thank you, Grandpa. Alright. So Vivian says, Ma! Oh my. Oji-sama ga yurushite kureta no? My grandfather allowed it? Ame demo furun janai kashira. I wonder if I might even rain. Hai. Yes. Kore ga kagi yo. This is the key. Ki o tsukete ne. Please be careful. Alright. Yara no kagi. Get. Yara key. Okay. How much money do we have? 13K. Let's go to this place. Get some of that sweet gear. Animal garb. And a marble claw. Or marble, what was it? Tusk. Marble tusk. Well, let's just get both. I think we're gonna get that iron claw right away, but Alright, now we gotta go back to Palma. Kashiku. Warp to one of these is gonna be his speeder. Right? Slug of polymetaller. Yep. That's the robot police one. Do we already have it? Landmaster. We have to get okay. Oh boy, it looks like we might need to have talked to some people that we did not talk to for a 6th time. So we're looking for Quattro. Alright, we gotta go to Casbah. Quattro is this guy, right? Nope. That's Pascal. Quattro. Nope. That's Roger. This guy? Ralph? Nope. Timothy. Okay, here we go. Perseus shield. Alright, so Quattro now has new dialogue, which I'm not sure how we're supposed to know. Kiri ni kakomareta mura ni wa, in the village surrounded by fog. Densetsu no tate to iu itsutae ga aru. There is a legend called the Shield of Legend. Densetsu no tate. Kenja Perseus ga, the wise man Perseus, Mamono Taiji ni tsukata to iu tata de, with a shield that he used to defeat monsters. Perseus no tate to yobarete iru soda. I hear it is called the Shield of Perseus. Perseus no tate. In the village surrounded by fog, there is a legend called the Shield of Legend. I hear it is called the Shield of Perseus, a shield that the wise man Perseus used to defeat monsters. Ah, shite irusa. Oh, Tyrone says, I know it. Sono Perseus no tate o tsukao no wa, using that shield of Perseus. Kono ore dakara na. It's me, you know. Kanazaru te ni ieru tsumori da. I definitely intend to get it. And Meow says, Tsute. You say, Kate ni kimen na yona. Don't decide on your own. Sona kantan ni te hi hairanai indazo. It's not that easy to get. He says, don't decide on your own. It's not that easy to get. Sumo. And Tyrone says, sorry. And Alice says, hee, meow tachi. You and Meow. And he says, Kiri ni kakomareta mura? Sophia no mura to yobare. Kono mura kara wa haruka hokusei ni aru n da. It's located far northwest from this village. Daga, however, Anokiri wa dokugasu dakara. That fog is poisonous gas, so Chikazuku no wa muri daze. Approaching it is impossible. He says, a village surrounded by fog. It's called the village of Sophia. It's located far northwest of this village, but that fog is poisonous gas, so approaching is impossible. And then Tyrone says, Kuso. Damn it. Dokugasu ka. Poison gas. Okay. Now we have exhausted his dialogue. And we have exhausted his dialogue. Still not letting us get the thing. Okay, well, let's try going to the... Let's see what the team has to say. So Dragons, or Meow says, Hihihi, Donna Mondai, what's the big deal? Doragon nante, dragons and stuff. Nanbiki date taiji dekiru zo. You can defeat as many as you want. Meow. Kashin wa kinmotsu da. Overconfidence is dangerous. He says, Tisk. Wakateru yo. I know. Ishi ni sarechao zo te itakata desho. You wanted to say we'd be turned to stone, right? Yeah, ma, so ikoto da. He says, no. Well, yeah. Okay. think our issue is still I think we have to talk to everybody in Casbah. Just exhaust their dialogue. Still saying the same thing. Okay. We've exhausted the team dialogue. He's saying gas masks. Drago no village. Slow mover. Okay. He's saying going about to be. Okay, he's saying go to the village now. Alright. So it wasn't the dialogue of the people here, it was the dialogue of our own team that we had to exhaust. There's a lot of really obtuse moments that prevent progress in this that I'm not thrilled with. It looks nice. It plays nice, but I think we might be doing Phantasy Star 2 on a Sega Genesis. Because these versions are... You can see why they didn't get a port to the US. Let's just talk to these two before we go. Make sure we've got nothing left to say. should be this one. There we go. Alice, kore mite yo. Look at this. Moshi kashitara, maybe. Kore ga flow mover. Demo zanen ne. But how unfortunate. Honto ni kawarete iru mitai ne. It looks like it's really broken. And then Yoshito, he says ... Okay, and ichio naoshite mita yo, just in case I tried fixing it. Kore de daijoubu da to omou kedo. I think it should be okay now, but arigato, Hops B. We know that one. Well, thank you, Hops B. Says, che, ore ga mitsuketanda zo. Look at us. And we have the flow mover now. Okay. Now we can do the thing. Let's see where we're going here. Go straight east. Alright. Octopasu. Octopus. Albion. Is this where we want to be? Okay, we gotta go southwest of this. Animal Night. Ammonite. A really high encounter rate on the sea here. There we go. Dorasco. Nomura. Dorasco. Okay. Now this is where we want to be. Get the gas mask. Okay. I am going to save it here for now. And then we will pick it up with translating the guys on this town in our next venture. So thanks for watching. That was a little rough. Hopefully our next one is better than that.